Coach Kim here, seasoned personal trainer. I love working upper body and I hope you do too. So I have a 30-minute upper body workout for beginners. So grab those dumbbells. I'm gonna recommend weights anywhere between probably 3 and 10 pounds to start. And remember, as you get stronger, you'll be able to add a little bit more weight. So get ready. All right, I recommend grabbing a pair of dumbbells. I'm using a pair of 5s right now, but if you have anywhere between 3 and 10 pounds somewhere hanging around, that'd be great. If you're new to dumbbell training or you haven't worked out in a while or lifted a dumbbell, I suggest start with the lightest, maybe 3 to 5 pounds to start. You don't want to be walking like this in the next couple days. So anyway, that's very normal and natural to be a little sore. Just know it will get better the stronger you get. So the first exercise, we're going to do a dumbbell squat. My hands have the dumbbells, my side. I'm going to put my weight heavy back on the heel and I'm going to go into a little squat and then I'm going to come back up. My weight's heavy on the heels. Now notice how my knees are not going over my toes. So I'll stand sideways so you can watch me here. Feet shoulder width. Put your weight heavy on the heels and come back up. Now those of you that might have cranky knees, just do a partial squat and I'm fine with that. And maybe you're saying, hey, I need to get rid of the dumbbells because I'm already feeling it. So down and up. Perfect. Put the weight heavy on the heels. Are your toes facing front? Good. Down and up. So this is working the quads, which is your thighs, your hamstrings, which is the back of your legs, and your glutes, which is your butt. Jack LaLanne used to call it your back porch. So we're working all this lower body, and adding the dumbbells just adds a little intensity to it, or a lot of intensity, depending on how heavy you're going. Good. Let's keep going. Down and up. Good. Perfect. And this is going to get the heart rate up. Why? Because you're using your large muscle groups. Down and up. And it's important. This kind of movement pattern we do daily. How many times do you sit to stand all day? Down and up. And now you're going to be flying out of those chairs. Down and up. Perfect. So next one, you can put your feet in a little bit closer, both feet facing forward. Again, arms just hang as hooks. You're going to go up on the toes, down on the toes. Notice how my legs are straight. I'm doing what's called a standing calf raise. And I'm making it harder by holding the weights. If you have a pair of heavier weights, maybe some of you have a pair of 8s or 10s hanging around, grab those, go a little bit heavier, up. Maybe you have a grandbaby hanging around. Well, why not hold the grandbaby while you're doing these? Up and down, good. Go up on those toes, down. This is working the lower calf, or the calf, your lower leg. Very important. And you hear me say it, Coach Kim does not want to neglect any of your 640 muscles. We're going to keep you strong, keep you feeling good, and keep you aging well. Up, down, up. Go up on the toes. Let's get a couple more. Up. Let's get one more. And up. Perfect. So this next one we're going to do is a lunge. Again, holding onto the dumbbells. If at any time you need to drop the dumbbells and kind of shake your hands out a little bit, that's perfectly fine because there is a lot of gripping with these dumbbells. So one foot in front of the other, with the back foot back. Now notice how both feet are facing forward. I don't want your back foot to do this. So bend the back knee, chest up, bend, and then come up. Okay, so a nice little static lunge, down and up. Head is facing forward. Notice how my legs are at a 90 degree. This front knee is not going over my toe. So you need to reevaluate. Look in a mirror, or maybe have someone that's next to you to say, hey, is my knee going over my toe? And up. Now, if you're feeling like you're too winded or this is too challenging, drop the dumbbells, or you can hold on to a table or a wall and do this. Let's get another one. Down and up. Let's switch sides, okay? So you might have to build up to doing some of this. I want you to be able to stand up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I remember in college, to tell you a Coach Kim story, and I was into this is right before I got into bodybuilding. I did a couple years of that. But I was so sore, I couldn't push the clutch in my car. In college, I couldn't walk up the stairs. I actually had to skip school for that one particular day because I couldn't move. I don't want you guys to feel that same pain. And that was, let's just say a long time ago. And I still remember it. Let's get a couple more. Down, up. How's that front knee? You better not be going over the toe. Another one. And perfect. Put those weights down just for a second. Let's just shake it out a little bit. Good. And it's good to give you your hands a little break from the dumbbells. Little blinkers. Perfect. Now, feet wide. See how my toes are slightly pointed out? It's a nice plie. We're gonna work those inner thighs. And some of you guys are, good, I wanna work those inner thighs. Grab those dumbbells. Now I suggest light, 3 to 5 pounds, okay? This is one of those exercises you're gonna be thinking about me in a couple days, okay? But you'll get over it, you'll get stronger. Put your palms in facing each other. You're gonna squat, you're gonna stand, you're gonna do an upright row, okay? So the upright row is working the muscles by the neck. You can always skip that part if it's too intense. But get your butt back, squat, keep your head forward, stand, upright row. Now, I do not want a Tyrannosaurus Rex, okay? Elbows up. You're gonna bring your palms down, together. Notice they're together. Stand up, pull. So a squat and a pull. Nice. Squat, pull. Is your butt back? I don't want you doing this. You're doing this, you're gonna wake up with a bad back. So squat and pull. Good. How's the heart rate? Some of you that are wearing a heart rate monitor, take a peep at it right now, because I bet you it's really ticking up and down. Good. Like I mentioned before, doing things that use your legs, specifically squats, lunges, and cardiovascular type things like elliptical training, and running, walking, they get the heart rate up. They're bigger muscle groups. Good. Let's get a couple more. Woo, I'm feeling this. Another one. And up. Good. Now, I want your feet to be slightly pointed out. Out. Okay? Just slightly. We're going back to the calf raise. Up on the toes, down on the toes. Now, last time we had both our feet facing forward. Remember the direction we were this way? Now I want your feet slightly out, kind of like duck feet. I guess some people call them duck feet. The weights are just hanging in the hands. We're going all the way up and down, up, up, up. Very nice. Up. We're working the calves, and this works a different part of the calves. Feeling that? All the way up. Good. Lower calves, here we go. Now having a different angle does work a different part of the calf. Let's get a couple more. Up, back down, one more, up, and back down. Beautiful, good. So now we're gonna move on again to that lunge. Remember that lunge we did before? One foot in front of the other. That back foot down, chest up. I want you to go bend down and up. We're doing a second set, very nice. And if dipping that knee down too far hurts your knee, remember just do a partial rep. Down and up. Good. Keep that head forward. Big keynote is you got to have that correct stance with that back foot facing forward, kind of like railroad tracks. Think of your feet. Are they like railroad tracks? Good. Down and up. Let's get another one. Down, up. Let's switch sides. 1 foot forward. Look at that back foot. Is it facing forward? Chest up. Make sure that knee is not going to the toe. And this is really good not only for your legs. Yes, we're working your heart. Yes, we've got lots of things going on, but it's also working your balance. So some of you need to hold onto a wall or a table and just say, hey, I need to work up to the dumbbells. That's fine. You can do that. Now, because adding the dumbbells just makes it a little tougher. Let's get another one. Perfect. Good. Shake it out. Now, remember those calves? Now you're going to turn the feet in. So our first set, we're straight. Our second set we did earlier, we're out. This set is slightly pigeon-toed, okay? We're gonna go up on the toes, down on the toes. Again, each angle works a little bit different part of the calf. Up, down, very nice. Up, keep going. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Oh, did you hear my Rice Krispies? Some of you might hear it in the joints, the ankles. Sometimes when you wake up, your knees a little popping. You know, as long as things don't pain you, that's fine. Just remind you that we're alive, and it's a great day to be alive. All the way up. Good. Whew, feeling this in the calf? Body's getting nice and warm. Let's go. Another one. Up and back down. Let's put those weights down just for a second. Shake the arms out. Good. Now we're going back to the sumo one. So feet wide, grab your weights, and it's a high pull. It's a squat to a pull. So if you wake up in a couple days and those inner thighs, the legs are talking, yes, it's all my fault, but that's okay. You're gonna get stronger. Down, up, and I'll take that blame. Up, because I know the results of what's gonna happen from you working hard. You're gonna feel stronger, you're gonna feel mentally better, more clarity. Up, you're gonna sleep better, clothes are gonna fit better. Good, let's get a couple more. One more. Lift and boom. Let's go ahead and put these weights to the side. Shake those legs out. Good, shake, shake. Roll the shoulders back and breathe. All right, let's grab that handy dandy dumbbell. Now I'm working your back, which is a larger muscle group than your biceps, for example. So I happen to be using a 5-pound weight, but I would normally probably be using a 15-pound weight. It all, again, and guys, I've been working out my whole life, so it all depends on how you're feeling that day. Are you brand new to exercise? I recommend starting with a super light weight. So with this exercise in particular, if you haven't lifted weights much in your life, or it's been a long time, or you're a beginner, please use 5 pounds. If you're not a beginner, get a bigger weight, something like 8, 10, maybe even 15 pounds. So my right foot's forward. My weight is in my left hand. My right hand is on top of my right knee. I'm hinging. So I don't want to be up too high. I need to use gravity so I can work my back. This works your lats, your latissimus dorsi. Girls, think of it as like that bra fat type area. You know, that's just a nice little analogy. So palm down, you're gonna lift up, or should I say it's kind of relatable, and back down slow. Good, so you're gonna breathe out as you pull this up. It's called a single arm row, and down slow. It's really important. You notice how my back is flat. I'm not rounding my back, and I'm supporting myself by doing a stance like this. So lifting up, keep my elbow to the side of my back, pulling up for 1 second, down for 2 to 3 seconds. So breathe out as you pull it up, and down slow. Good. Now I only want it lightweight if, I said before, you're a beginner, or maybe you haven't worked out in quite a long time, the way up, or maybe you have an injury. Other than that, I'd like to see a bigger weight because you're building muscle. Muscle is metabolic. So if you feel like you could do this for 100 reps, it's way too light. Up, down slow. Let's get another one. Up, down slow. Good. Let's switch sides. So I'm changing sides so you can view me on this side. I'm going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. I have the weight in the opposite hand. So it's in my right hand, my left leg is out, or maybe opposite for you. So breathe out as you pull up and come down. Now make sure, look at your feet. My weight, the foot that's out front, the weight is in the opposite hand. So if my left leg is out, with the weight in my right side. So a lot of people tend to do it this way. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel much more intuitive and natural when you have your stance the correct way. Down slow. So again, this is working the outside of the back. Who doesn't like working that area, right? It's a pulling movement. Pull. Down nice and slow. Remember to breathe. Pull. Down nice and slow. Let's get 3 more. 3. Couple more. And 2. Let's get another one. All the way up. And down slow. Good. I'm putting the weight down just for a second. What I like to do is give you a little stretch in between. So I'm taking my right hand on my left wrist. For you, it might be the opposite if you're doing, or when you're doing me, you're going to give it a nice little pull. So I'm taking my hand and I'm pulling just a gentle stretch. And then do the other side. Pull. Beautiful. And then do it again. Nice little pull. Stretch. Pull. Especially if you're a beginner. Really important to stretch. And if those muscles are tight and a little sore in the next day or two, remember, stretching does help. Okay, so get in that same stance. So 1 foot in front of the other, just like we did, but this is a little bit different. I suggest you go a little bit lighter in your weight. So if you use 5 pounds and you're a beginner, go to 3 pounds maybe. And those of you that maybe have those 15 pounds in your hand, you might want to switch to 10 or 12. So instead of a low row, I'm going to be doing what's called high row, different muscle group. Smaller muscle group. I'm using my rear delts and my upper back. So please notice my hand position. Foot position's the same, okay? But my elbow's going up and back down. Do you notice how my palm is facing back towards me? So lift up. It's not this one. It is a high row, different muscle group. Up, down, slow. And again, I call this kind of an anti-slumping motion. And a lot of people are at computer desks, or they're constantly texting or leaning forward driving. This is a great exercise to work those muscles that we need to work all the way up. Good. Your 640 muscles in your body all want to work. Trust me, they feel better when you work them. Make them stronger so they work good for you during the day. Up. Let's get one more. Up, 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 and down. Notice that felt completely different, okay? Different muscle group, lighter weight. Elbow up, and down slow. Good. Now, if you're using the same weight for both, you know, I am, for the sake of right now, instead of going and get different dumbbells for different muscle groups. So in other words, if you used 5 on the low row and you're using 5 on the high row, that means you didn't go heavy enough on your low row, okay? The low row was the one where your body was close to you. That was the first one we did. Okay, that tends to be easier because it's a bigger muscle group. You need to go heavier with that one. All the way up, 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 down slow. Get those elbows up. Look how your palm's facing back towards you. Lift elbow up, okay? Be mindful, because if you're not paying attention, you'll start doing this one. I see it happen all the time. Okay, lift up. Let's get a couple more. Up, up, up. Let's get one more. You got to earn that stretch. Up, and perfect. Good. Let's put that weight down just for a second. Tuck your chin in. Yes, let's stretch that mid back. Beautiful. Hold it right there. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those hands, bring them straight up. Lean to one side. Yes. Oh, the stretching feels amazing, doesn't it? And go to the other side. And then roll the shoulders back. Good. Roll them back. I'm also giving your hands, gets rolling around from holding those dumbbells. Sometimes, you know, gripping bothers us. Sometimes we get a little arthritic. So let's keep moving. Motion is lotion. All right, you're gonna grab the mate to that. Hopefully you have a pair of weights. I'm gonna show you an exercise that works the top of the arms, the shoulders. It's called a hammer curl to a shoulder press. So your knees are soft, my tummy's pulled in, so my belly button is fine. Relax your grip. Hold it like you would a hammer. You know what a hammer looks like, okay? So hammer, curl to a shoulder press. Notice how my palms are facing in towards my body. Okay, is your tummy pulled in? Up. Yes, so I don't want you sagging your back. So in other words, I don't want any of this stuff right here. Okay, so it's really important. When I say pull the belly button into spine, it's like someone gave you a sucker punch or you're trying to suck it in because you don't want to feel fat. Not that you ever feel fat, but you know what I'm saying. The knees soft, curl, press. Good. So we're working a couple different muscle groups here. Top of the arms and your shoulders. And you know, one thing I really like about this exercise, besides getting your muscles all nice, tight, and toned, is it's very functional. Think about how many times you're reaching for things. Okay, you're reaching up in the box to get boxes up out of the garage or the attic. Like up. Maybe you're reaching for something in the pantry that's way up tall. So this is going to help you with those muscle groups. Help you reach, push. Very nice. Let's get 3 more. Hammer curl to shoulder press. Let's get 2 more. Knees are soft. Curl, press. Let's get another one. I love it. Gonna curl and press. Let's put those weights down quickly. I'd like you to put one foot, yeah, this is your foot, not. Put your hand in front of you. Arm out straight. So this is a really nice stretch of your carpal tunnel. Also doing the bicep work if you're at your computer a lot. Try to remember some of these stretches. Golfers and tennis players, this is a good one for you as well. Now I want your fingers facing up. Pull back towards you. Good. And I'll switch the other one. So the first stretch, you had your fingers down. The second stretch, you have your fingers facing up. Very nice. Let's get some blinkers. Blink, 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 blink. Good, roll the shoulders. Now I want you to go back to picking up that single weight for me. We're gonna get in that same position you did with the pulling movement. But this is a little different because I'm gonna focus on the triceps. So my right foot's forward, right hand on top. Same position with the feet. Lock the elbow in. So if you remember the first exercise, we did the pull, we did the high row. Now, lock the elbow in, kick. We're doing what's called a kickback. The difference here is you're working a tricep. That is the back of the arm. Kick. Some of you guys are going, good, good, good. I like to work that. I want to work that. Good. You know, all of your muscles are important. But this is one that a lot of people like to work because we want to see it get toner and fitter. Good. Be consistent. Okay, it's important you get your cardiovascular exercise in. Kick back. Remember, 150 minutes a week minimum of cardio. That could be walking, biking, swimming, okay, anything that you're moving. Get the heart rate going. But you need at least 2 times a week minimum of weights. Okay, now these are the guidelines. That's the sweet spot. More is better. So if you can get 3 times a week at least of resistance training and even get maybe 200 minutes a week of cardio, that's even better. Okay, good. Let's switch sides. So split that stance, lock the elbow in. What I don't want to see is this. Lock that elbow in. You know what? Your elbow's like a door. It's a hinge joint. It opens and closes. So kick it back and forth. I don't want this. Okay, none of this stuff. I want you to go back and really kick and marinate in that for 1 second. Back. Good. Think about the triceps. And kick back. And what I like about putting my hand on my leg, it is supporting my lower back. And some of you that might have access to a bench, even a piano bench, you can put your knee on top of the bench with a little towel there, and that even gives you a little bit more back support. Okay, so kick back. And forward, so 2 to 3 times a week. Resistance training like what we're doing here. Kick. And it's good to mix it up. You can do upper body one day, lower body the next, that's fine. And get some cardio in. I mentioned 150 minutes a week, but more is better. Let's get one more. Kick back and hold, hold, hold. Good. Let's put that weight down. Nice little stretch. So I like this stretch where you bring it back, arm back behind you if you can see me. And I'm giving a gentle push with my other hand. And I'm stretching a nice 3 heads of the tricep. So when you hear the word tricep, what does tri mean? Tri means 3, because there's 3 heads to that tricep. Let's go back this way. Back. Oh, that's amazing, doesn't it? Now I'd like you to put your fingers behind you, connect your fingers like this. Lift them up and open the shoulders. Good. I like my feet a little bit wider. And roll your head from left to right in a semicircle. And right to left. Good. Snap, crackle, crunch. Yes, these stretches feel amazing, especially in between your exercises. And up. Good. Now I'm going to show you something. We're going to go back to our original exercise. Remember the row we did? So, and I also said, hey, go bigger weight. Now some of you might be like, hey, I don't have bigger weights. I only have maybe a 2 pair of 5s. What you can do is double up like this. Yeah. So now 5 plus 5 equals 10. I'm going to be rowing 10 pounds. My palm is in, goes up, down slow. So I'm just showing a way if you don't have access to bigger weights and you're getting stronger and you really want to lift heavier, well, you can either go get that detergent with the handle, okay, or the dog food or whatever else might have access that's heavier, or do what I'm doing right here. So lift up and back down. Now, some people with gripping issues might have a problem with that, but at least just try it for me. So lift and down slow. Good. So remember, you're building muscle, muscle's metabolic. So losing weight's on your agenda. Weight training's a really good way to do that. Lifting weights, build the muscle. You're revving up your metabolism. Good. You know what that means? Let's switch sides. That means you burn calories at rest, okay? As opposed to the person that doesn't lift weights. And we're not that we're competing with other people, of course not. But I want you to stay healthy and feel good, and this helps you just with functional movements of life. Pull it up, down slow. Good, keep going. Now back in my 20s, I used to teach weight training in high school. So I was a high school physical education teacher, and I had a lot of the athletes. They used to like to call this one the lawnmower starter. Up. I learned a lot from those teams. And pull it up, come back down. Good. And now you guys are my students, no matter what age you are, and I'm glad you're listening. Back down. Life's about learning, doing. Let's get another one. And pull. Now, how did it feel? Did you go a little heavier on that one? Did you feel that? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the high row. Now, remember with the high row, you need a lighter weight. It's a smaller muscle group. So I don't suggest you use the same weight you just used for the low row. So same position with your feet. You should be good at it now. And again, if you have a piano bench or some kind of bench where you can put your knee up on top, give yourself some more support, I encourage you to do that. Okay, high row, elbow up, down slow. Now we're doing a second set. Elbows up, everything. Good upper body workout. Elbow up, down nice and slow. Good. Now notice how this one is different. A lot, if you're not being mindful, you're gonna start doing this one again. So I am here to be your reminder and your motivator and your encourager to let you know you're doing a great job and to keep up the good work. Up, down slow. Good. And I love to hear what you have to say about how much stronger you feel being consistent. Helps you with everyday activities. Good, let's get one more. All the way up and slow. Good, switch sides. Now, if anybody's feeling fatigue in their back at all, that means you need to get a bench. Again, use the piano bench or something to have access to where you put your knee up on the bench. I'm just simulating as if I had a bench here like this, and you do the same thing, boop, but you have a little bit more back support. I say that over and over again because I know some people do have the chronic issues. Up. So it's important that we don't make them worse. Okay, all the way up, down slow, bringing that elbow nice and high. Breathe. look at your hand position, okay? So your palms are facing back behind you, up. And this is called a high row. High row, high row, how you doing? High row, up. I know, I like corny jokes. Do a couple more, all the way up, down slow, and up, down slow. Good. So let's put the weight down just for a sec. We're gonna do a nice little stretch. So this stretch, I want you to take your arms, give me some big circles. Yes. Yeah, there we go. I know some of you all are really enjoying this, and I'm glad. You can do this daily. And then reverse. These are called arm circles. So I'm going forward now, backwards and forward. And those of you that swim, you get a big thumbs up for me for swimming. Go back and forth. It's a great non-impact exercise. Get in that pool every day if you can. Back and forth. And it typically does not hurt knee joints. All right, we're moving on. Grab the mate. Now, how was the last set on the hammer curl to a shoulder press? Now remember, think of a hammer. We're gonna put your knees soft, tummy tight, hammer curl to shoulder press. Now, some of you might have shoulder issues. You're like, you know, Coach Kim, it's really hurting me to put it above my head. Just do this part, right here. Just with a hammer curl. Okay, so again, hammer curl to shoulder press. Good. Very nice. It's actually very rare, and I've been in this business well over 30 years, but it's very rare that I actually get a client or a person that has no issues. So it's very common that people have some kind of pinched nerve or disc problem or shoulder issue up. So that's okay, we work around that. That's where I rely on you to listen to your body. Up and back down. So don't try to force something where it doesn't belong. So if this weight doesn't belong above your shoulders, get rid of, either lighten the weight or just get rid of the top action up there, okay? Feel? Good. Let's get 3 more. And that's 1. Couple more. Breathe on the push as you push it up. Push. Top of the arms and shoulders right here. 1 more. And up. Now, I did promise you an upper body workout, didn't I? Yes. Good. And for my beginners, you're going to be feeling this a little bit. Take your arm out, fingers down, and switch up. Now, this will get easier, but don't give up on me. If you wake up and you're sore in a couple days, that's okay. Just remember to go out, stretch a little bit, do some of those arm circles. Palm up. Okay, take a little over-the-counter pain relief, stretch, take a hot bath, walk. That does help. Switch to the other side. Get your mind off things, and then don't give up on it. Just means you need to go lighter next time, okay? Or not do as many repetitions. Just do half of the video instead of the whole. All right. I don't want to neglect the back of your arms. You guys can't wait for this. Get in that same position with your feet nice and wide. Lock the elbow in, lean down slightly like a 45-degree kick and back. What I don't want to see is this. Elbow, Velcro it. Pretend it's Velcroed right by your side. Back and forth. So this is the tricep kickback. Very common exercise for the back of the arm. Very nice. And again, if you have that piano bench or some kind of bench that you need to put that knee up and your hand up, that's fine. Give you a little extra support. Back and forth. Good. Kick it. Now, it's really important you get that full extension, because if you don't, you're only going to here. You're not accessing the whole back of the arm. Okay, so go all the way back. Kick it. Back and forth. And then you know what? I forgot to say, if some of you guys don't have dumbbells, you know, you can use soup cans, you can use water bottles. Look around your house and just see what's around. Because I know sometimes it's hard to find some dumbbells. And kick, back and forth. Let's get 1 more. Kick and forth. Good. Let's get the other side. We got to even it out or you're going to feel uneven the rest of the day, and we don't want that. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Lock the elbow in. Breathe as you push. Very nice. Good. Kick back. It's good to have a nice, toned, firm body. That's what we want. Back. Forth. Tricep kickback. Back. Forth. So you combine. Remember, I'm going to keep repeating myself. Cardiovascular exercise. I'd love it if you do it daily. 6 days a week. Try for that walk, that swim every day. It feels good. 2 to 3 times a week. I'd prefer 3 if you could, for resistance training. Bounce. And yes, eating fruits and vegetables. Okay? With every meal, and be mindful of your diet. Just go ahead, kick back. You add all that stuff together, you think some happy thoughts. Body and your mind are going to be happy here. Good. Let's get 1 more. Kick back and forth. Good. Beautiful. Let's put that weight down. Take one arm, pull it across your body. Feel good stretch. A little bit in the shoulder. Let's go to the other side from the shoulder. Roll and good. Well, thank you for joining Coach Kim here on that upper body workout. How are those arms? How's your chest? How's your back? Are they feeling amazing? Remember, you're not gonna have that amazing body after just one workout. You need to be consistent, be mindful with those food choices, and just keep moving. Movement is medicine, motion is lotion. And also remember to always check with your doctor before starting an exercise program.